Hello guys, it's time for Daily Bailey number 33. And what I'd like to do the next couple days is respond to some of the questions and comments that you guys left on the Daily Bailey Tech Talk My Big Campus group. I appreciated many of your candid comments, and I look forward to responding to some of them. Many of them gave me some things to think about, but also it was evident that there were several misconceptions about things that were happening as well, and I want to clear those up because this is all about communication and understanding that we're all on the same page and we're moving forward together. First of all, 33 reminds me of Larry Bird, my high school hero, my favorite basketball player of all time, and just wanted to give Larry Bird a shout out. Okay, the first thing I wanted to address, because so many of you commented on it, and probably the timing had something to do with that because we've started blocking one or two of the video sites that were being used on a regular basis. A couple things about this. One, it's not that we don't trust you, but at the same time, I mean, teachers, parents, and even students were talking about how there are several distractions and people were using this website on a regular basis, and we could tell that from our programs. And so I cannot, in good conscience, sit back when I know that there's a website being used that's keeping people from learning. Now, several made good comments about, you know what if I'm getting good grades, I have free time. You know what, you're absolutely right. I don't want to keep you from enjoying some entertainment when you deserve that, because it's important to have that balance. However, this particular website is an illegal website because it uses pirated material, and one of the things that we've talked about on the Daily Baileys is digital citizenship. And it is wrong to use music and video that have been pirated from artists who've created it and get nothing from it. So it's unethical to be using that site, and that's really the primary reason we shut that down. And another reason is that there was R-rated material on it, and again, as your administrator and your assistant principal and as a tech team, we can't in good conscience leave that up there when we know people are using it when there's R-rated material on the website. So those are a few things that to keep in mind. It's my job to be the adult and to make those decisions, and that's why I made the decision that I did. The second thing is textbooks. We made it very clear. We did not tell you last year that we will get rid of all textbooks. We are transitioning, and I said this year would be the year where you'd probably use textbooks the most from here on out. Teachers are starting to move away from the textbooks, but they're not abandoning them because we still owe a lot of money on them, and we'll be paying them off over the next few years. But teachers are moving towards teacher-created and digital content over the next 3 years. We see this as a 3-year transition, and we are moving away from textbooks, but we're not trashing the ones we're still paying for. Wi-Fi concerns, I mean, send me an email or a message through My Big Campus if you have specific locations and times when you have an issue. We are responding to those things very quickly once we know about them, and just last week we were able to identify a handful of spots that were having some problems and issues based on what classes were doing at certain times, and if they've not been resolved yet, they will be very quickly. And we're only receiving few isolated instances of Wi-Fi issues. But listen, kindly communicate those with us because we want to help. It does us no good to have these devices if there's so many Wi-Fi issues, but we know there aren't several. There are some, and they're important, but we've been resolving those. But again, send me a message, say, hey, Mr. Bailey, Wi-Fi is down in this area, and we'll look into it. No iTunes. Again, this is not our intention. It just has to do with how the iPad is working with our mobile management system, but we are working to resolve this issue, and when it's up, I'll be very excited that you'll have your iTunes. The iPads versus the Windows laptops, I mean, there are benefits on both sides. There are pros and cons, and so if you really hate Apple and you think they're the devil and evil, I'm sorry. I mean, I know just as many people who have negative thoughts about Windows and laptops. I've gone through 3 laptops in the time that I've used one iPad from things breaking down and those kind of things. So you can have negatives on both sides. There's several pieces to the decision. There's a big picture. I mean, the way some of the construction projects that are coming up and the way we're working with the teachers on professional development, all those things fit into our decision. And so we made the decision that we felt was the best value for, and I left this blank because it's for students, for staff, for our community, for our budget, so many things. And then remember, this initiative is made up of very dedicated people who care about you and the quality of your education. We're not some anonymous they who are far away and don't care about what goes on here in the community. And then tomorrow, again, I appreciate all the comments that you left, and I'll address more of your responses. And then have a great day, and we'll see you soon.